Welcome back to Heads Up on NDTV Profit. SGX Nifty right now trading absolutely flat, 5670. That's 20 points above the closing level for the Nifty yesterday. The Hong Kong market has opened up for trade just a short while back, and let's check in on Hong Kong. Hang Seng right now is trading with a slight downtick at this point in time. 22,745 is where it is trading at. Nikkei has slipped into the red. The rest of Asia is also trading negative, with the Shanghai Composite, Shanghai Shenzhen, both of them trading with a slight downtick at this point in time. What's going on with equities across Asia and in global markets as well? We're asking that question to Dr. Enzio Von Pfeil, manager of the Economic Type Bond Fund, who joins in on the phone line from Hong Kong. Dr. Von Pfeil, thanks very much for joining in. Good morning. This is Bianca. Perhaps seeing today's trade, the question one should be asking is, does last week's rally spell a pullback for stocks? And is that what we're seeing today?
I think so. I think that the whole Greek problem will not go away for quite some time. And this would suggest that the markets will remain very unsettled by what we've got. So last week's euphoria in markets was very much driven by the hope that the Greek problem would be solved. I don't think that it is solved by a long shot.
This Greek parliamentary passage of the new budget cuts last week, they gave Euro area governments the political cover to release the funds. But then we have S&P now warning that this is only going to lead to a selective default. Your comments?
Well, the selective default is only in the case that they do this rollover that nobody really understands. And so I don't think that they will probably go ahead with the rollover in the form they've envisaged, because they cannot allow in the CDS market to have a credit event happen. So they will probably have to rework this whole rollover concept of theirs if they keep it at all.
Dr. Von Pfeil, now with Greece and also the European debt crisis slightly on the back burner of the minds of investors, I think the focus has shifted rather rapidly to the approaching deadline for Congress to reach that agreement on the US debt limit.
Yes.
Does that present some sort of headwind for stocks in this week or the one that's next?
Absolutely. I think you've spotted that trend very well, that going ahead, Congress is going to outweigh the European problems quite considerably. And again, I'm afraid that we're going to see an awful lot of charades being played in Europe, in the US, about the budget deficit. So my view is that it's not all too hopeful for markets going forward.
Dr. Von Pfeil, very briefly, I just want to have your comments on the fact that Alcoa, I think, begins on Wall Street, the earnings season, that's on 11th of July. The global slowdown in the second quarter may result in some disappointing outlooks, do you think?
I think you're absolutely right. I think particularly in the cyclical commodities businesses, you will find quite steep disappointments, because the need to produce with the vehemence that commodities have been produced of late is going to be slowing down in line with China's slowdown. We think that the global economic time is actually worsening because the Asian central banks have been tightening, which is a typically normal cyclical phenomenon, but that's going to impact earnings quite significantly on the downside.
Great perspective, Dr. Von Pfeil. Thanks very much for joining in. Do have a good day today. All right, that's a wrap on this edition of Heads Up as well. Do stay on. We're back once again at 8 with opening moves.